Hey everybody, welcome back to Kidder's Barbecue. Today, I finally get to cook a brisket. I'm having some buddies over and coming over tomorrow, so I'm going to do a brisket. I'm going to do it on the, I'm not going to use my Yoder, I'm going to use the Weber. I'm going to do the 22.5 inch Weber Smoky Mountain, and because I haven't done one on, I haven't cooked a brisket on there yet, so what better else to do a first time brisket and a first time ever buying a prime brisket. I've never bought a prime. I usually get mine from GFS. I've always just got USDA choice. I've never had a problem with them at all. I know it's on the totem pole of the meat spectrum, I guess you would say. And I always inject mine, so therefore I never really dried them out. I'm not going to inject this one. The marbling, I don't know if you guys can see that. The marbling through here is just really, really amazing. All the other channels I watch, they're no joke when they say prime is so much better than choice. I mean, you can just tell how flexible this is. I can fold it right in half. This is only a 8-pound brisket, really well portioned. It's got a small little point on there. It's a full packer. There's a little, this side is a little thin on my taking, but it is what it is. It was this one for an 18-pound brisket, but I'm only having a few people over tomorrow. I didn't need that big of a brisket. Well, I wanted it, but the wife wouldn't let me spend the money. But with that being said, I'm going to do a simple rub. Just black pepper, kosher salt, and a little bit of garlic. So basically your traditional Texas rub. I'm not going to inject this at all. The marbling looks amazing, so I'm curious at what it's going to taste like without me using any beef broth or any other kind of injections I use. So basically, I'll get this out of the wrapping. There really isn't much. The fat cap is pretty decent on this guy. I'm not going to do a whole lot of trimming. I'm actually really impressed with it. There is a little bald spot with just meat, but that's fine. That's on the fat cap. But I'm curious on what the Weber is going to do, on how long it's going to take. Usually it's about an hour a pound when I cook it on my Yoder YS 640 pellet smoker. With this charcoal smoker, I'm curious. So since it's little, it's not a big old 12 plus pound brisket, I'm probably going to get up around 3:30 and fire it up, because I'm not going to eat until later on. I should be okay with that time being. I'm going to use, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, hickory or pecan, and so I'll decide that when I get to that point. But I'm going to do the minion method. I'm probably not going to show all that because I'm going to be half asleep when I start this thing. I might be able to show you a little video, but we'll go ahead and get this thing out of the package. I'm going to rinse it off, get all the excess, blood and everything off, wipe it down, see what I got to do when it comes to trim. Alright guys, I got it all out of the package. I washed it up and I patted it dry. So I'm going to trim a little bit of this, I believe they call it the deckle if I ain't wrong, if I'm not mistaken. But I am going to take a lot of this silver skin off because it's not going to cook down. Plus I want my rub to get down in that meat, soak up, penetrate and stick, and get that flavor going. The back cap is actually, the fat cap is actually pretty good. Some spots are about a ½ inch thick. I'm going to thin it out just a little bit because here there's not much going on. It's kind of like a little hole there, but I'm just going to touch this up a little bit. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Give it a little aerodynamic, kind of is how I like to form it. I want everything to be equal. But like I said before, this little in here has a little on the thin side, but that's okay. Not real too worried about it. So let's get after this trimming real quick. Using my boning knife today. It's that one I showed you from the last video I had. I was doing that pork loin. It's a really sharp knife. It's awesome. I'll put this link down in the description to show you a little bit more of this knife. It's only 12 bucks, guys. You gotta try it out. And he just cuts right for that fat like it's nothing. Let's get this bit right here. That is about as much as I get on that this part of the meat, because I think some of it, if I leave a little bit of it, it just makes it a little bit more juicy. So I'll leave it in there for some flavor. So I'll go ahead and, I'm not going to show you the whole time because I'm going to probably be a little picky on this prime because I've never cooked one before, and see what it's all about. So got a little bit more trim in here. The grain's going this way, so when I go to slice this up towards the end, I go against the grain. So I always cut me off a little tip so it reminds me. Sometimes I forget when I get this on the smoker, and plus when the bark builds up, it's kind of hard to see where your lines are on your meat, the way the meat goes. So since the meat's running this way, I'll cut this way. So I'll take a little chunk out here just to remind me towards the end. Little fat piece there. Here we go. So I'll make it a little easier for me to remember. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove a lot of this here. I don't think I'm gonna do too much on this side. I might take a little bit here and there. Kind of like where everything's sitting. I'll tell you what, this looks pretty good, so I'm not even gonna mess with it. Every time I say that, I always end up cutting something more, so I just need to stop to get a little cut crazy here, if that's a thing. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm not gonna sit here and show you the whole video of me nitpicking at this, but what I am gonna do with my rub, I'm gonna do 1/4 cup black pepper, same thing with kosher salt, and I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of garlic. I'll put in this little shaker and show you that process in a minute. Alright, I got it all cleaned up. So I went ahead and put my mixtures together with my rub. That's what it looks like. Just put on a little extra shaker that I had. I'm not going to put no binder or anything. So it's just 50-50 basically. Salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic. So it's basically your traditional Texas style rub. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to go pretty heavy on the rub. Just rub it in there. Put it in there on that meat. Get all the sides. Can't forget the side. such a simple rub, and I tell you, just can't, just perfect, really. Can't. If it ain't broken, don't fix it, I guess. But no, it's just such a simple rub, and it comes out wonderful every time. There's thousands of different rubs out there. You kind of just pick and choose what you want. You can't go wrong with just salt and pepper. So let's get the back side. I'm not starting this till later, so I'm just going to put this in a pan and wrap it up with some foil and put it in the refrigerator for a little while. Let the rub do its thing, bind to the meat, and then I'll be able to get that smoker going. That looks pretty good on the back, if you ask me. I like a little extra pepper, so I might put a little dab more pepper on there, but other than that, she's good to go, guys. So I will be back at it around 3, maybe 4, and I'll get that smoker fired up, and I'll show you that process when I get there. All right, y'all. See you later. Hey, everybody. It's that time of the night. I got this chimney rolling. Doing the there we go. Doing the minion method. Then we'll go ahead and I'm gonna use pecan wood tonight. So let me get that going. This headlamp works awesome. Let's see if I can get some big pieces here. These are awful little pieces, that's why I'm putting so many on here. Running low. Alright. So that's it. Alright, let me get this thing together so I can get the brisket on. There we go. Got the brisket on the smoker. I got pecan chunks going. I got my ThermoWorks probe, pit probe thermometer going. And I got the probe right there, roughly in the point going down into the flat and give me a good reading. So now it's time to set it and forget it, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Night, y'all. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Gears Barbecue back at it again. The brisket is finally done. Even though it was only a 7-pound brisket, it still took about a little over 9.5, 10 hours. So I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like. Internal temperature is 200, and I forgot my little probe, but I probed it a couple times earlier. It was like butter. I mean, you can just look at the bark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing in foil, put it in a cooler, and let it rest for a few hours. Going to a football game, and I'll be back at it later to cut it up and show you what it looks like. Alright, I did have my thermo pan. This goes in just like butter. The point might be a little overdone. And the flat, there's no resistance. I'm excited about this. Alright guys, well, we'll be back at it later. Finally cutting her up. Look how juicy it is. That's the point. Flat.
for the park.